Shalom, 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 alaikum, Yasharal. Welcome to the Gentiles that are following Yah's righteousness. I am back with another Modesty podcast lesson, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of modesty inspiration and a little bit about how modesty is sobriety. Let's get into the video. I hope you enjoy, okay? In this podcast, we're going to be talking about the importance of modesty, modest outfits, and how you can, transition into a feminine woman. Okay, so modesty is not only about the clothing, modesty is about your heart, okay? So today's modest inspiration, y'all, I was going for a I'm standing on business type of look with a chocolate slip skirt, okay? Very professional. I wanted to have a professional look, but if you want to make this modest look a little bit more relaxed, you would lose the blazer and add maybe a nice sweater. Um, I feel like slip skirts right now are very elegant, very timeless. They give a nice look to all different types of body shapes. And the reason why I'm going to show you how to, or the different ways that women are styling these skirts, is to let you know that you can be modest and still show up as yourself, right? A lot of people, they kind of shy away from modesty because they think, oh, you're going to show up and you're going to be frumpy or you're missing out. And then you have, there's a lot of content creators, especially like in the female sphere of content creators, that they'll tell you, oh, if you don't look like a baddie, you're not going to get this, or if you don't wear this expensive outfit, you're not going to be this. And the reason why modesty matters and why it's so important is because Yah Most High, the Creator, is trying to show you that it's about a matter of the heart. So, in being a daughter of Zion, if you are a Yasharelite woman, if you are Afro-Asiatic, if you are Northeast African, Asian, scattered to the four corners of the earth, hear me when I'm saying this to you. If you are a daughter of the King, we are to present a certain way. And for so long, you know, as a people in the beginning, like especially when we went into captivity, the transatlantic slave trade, the first thing they did was they stripped us down to destroy our dignity, and to make it seem like we had this Jezebel false archetype that was never us in the first place. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we used to be walking around in fine robes and linen, okay? When it talks about Joseph in the coat of many colors, and we used to walk around in fine linens, right? The Most High talks about this and how he made us beautiful. He gave us nose rings. He gave us earrings. He gave us fine linens and things to wear. So when we get back to our original selves, right? Like the prodigal son, right? When he gets out of that pig slop and he like, wait, my father is the king. It's time to return home. Even the servants at home was treated better than how I'm living right now. I got to go. So it's about modesty matters because it's about getting your heart back to its original love, which is Yah, fleeing vanity, right? Modesty is the fleeing of vanity, the fleeing of pride, the fleeing of self glorification. It is denying your flesh. Modesty is sobriety. It is waking up from being drunk with vanity, right? It's like in society, like there's so many addictions that people have, right? So many addictions that people have. And a lot of the ones that are major is like, like a lot of people, they may talk about people who deal with like, they may have an alcohol addiction or people that have like a substance addiction. People don't realize that vanity is an addiction, right? We are in the age of selfie culture. So everybody wants to be a celebrity culture. Celebrity, you know, there's a celebrity culture. There is a need to be a baddie, which is another word where a lot of women, they on social media, they compare themselves to other women. So covetousness, the sin of covetousness, they compete with one another. So jealousy amongst sisters, and just glorification of self. We are creations that are made by Yah. So the only glory that goes to anyone would be Yah. So the modesty movement is so important because it teaches you to detox, to come from being addicted to all of that. It's a detoxification of self glorification. It's the denial of flesh, right? I'm seeing videos on Instagram, TikTok videos, all kind of stuff, where there's women who are talking about they have to skip lash appointments because they don't even know what their real lashes look like anymore. Or the ladies that wear the lace wigs, they are ashamed of their own hairline and they feel like, they start having body dysmorphia because they have worn the wig so long that they feel like they look weird without the wig, or a lot of stuff. This particular type of content is very important. So, in the modesty inspiration lesson of today, modesty is true sobriety. To be sober is to be present, right? Like to be aware, to fully be yourself, to be pure. And when you are obedient to the Father, there's a purification process that happens. I talk a little bit about that on my channel, where I talked about how the Father had the Ruach awaken in me to do stuff before it was, I even knew that it was wrong, or even, what was the spiritual implications of it. He changed my appetite for it. Right, there's a lot of ladies, I've been called a hotep and all kind of stuff by ladies or whatever that push that witchcraft doctrine of you know they pretend to be femininity coaches when they're really witches. So a lot of ladies, y'all have to watch that. This is why I'm pushing that modesty is sobriety, because when you're close to Yah has a standard, and that standard is holiness. Holiness is set apartness, where even though you're in the world, because you're a creation of the Father, you have a set apartness where you're not looking like the rest of the world. So if the rest of the world is saying this is their standard, then you would go in the opposite direction. I'm not even speaking from a religious standpoint. I'm speaking from a healthy, holy standpoint, right? This is not saying that you're going to do everything right, but you're making the effort to walk the narrow path. And any area you fall short in, ask the Father to make those crooked places straight for you. Because he knows that we live in a world full of temptation, a world that is so wicked and sinful. But when Yah is ready to elevate your thought process, pay attention to him when he's speaking to you. because and you in order, just try sobriety. A lot of ladies don't think that vanity is an addiction. It is an addiction because they push in this society that you must be beautiful in their eyes at all times when they don't realize Hasatan's ultimate goal is to corrupt the original creation of the Father. And that is, like I said, read the book of Enoch, how they gave you makeup. Like, and then you have people sitting there confused at how we got to this point of confusion with certain things. But I'm not gonna say that on this particular podcast. We're gonna just keep it at the sobriety. But the reason why I post different modesty inspiration is because I also want ladies who are modest to know that you can be your authentic self the way Yah created you to be and still be beautiful and also still have your personality, right? So in the beginning of this video, I had a very much professional, like, I like, as I've grown and matured, I like to dress very professional all the time. Even sometimes by casual, I'm like, girl, are you going to a business meeting? But I have gravitated, Yah has had me gravitate toward those particular clothing. And a lot of people think, oh, well, clothing is no big deal. Yah knows my heart. Yes, Yah does know your heart. Your heart can be wickedly deceitful. That is why when you are sobering up with modesty and you're fleeing vanity and you're giving Hasatan and the Marine Kingdom back their items, like when you're not trying to look like a celebrity female and you're just trying to live the way God intended you to live, right? And I'm not giving you these harsh religious stipulations, but just being decent. Okay, when you go outside, your panty line shouldn't be showing. That's just, come on. Like, where's the mothers that they would tell you that? When you dress, it should not be to invoke any type of lust. It should be respectable. I'm not saying that you gotta be dressed like your grandmother. What I'm saying is decency, respectable. And for the ladies who don't know what respectable is, you have sisters in the community that can show you what is respectable. Because you have some ladies who they'll say they're for Yah or who they say God, but there is the outfits is saying something else. And it's not saying that you have to be frumpy or look in a certain type of way. It's just respectable. You don't have all your stuff out on display and then confused that a young man think that you working for a couple of dollars, a little strange for some change. All right? So it's like knowing yoga pants should not be a outfit outside where every line of your body on some yoga pants is showing or as pants. Those are under I count them as people say they workout clothes. I count them as undergarments. Cause I feel like if they ain't under a tunic or some type of thing, it's like, what do we have going on here? You're trying to evoke lust, and it's kind of like a lot of these women. They'll say, "Oh, men or certain people is thirsty," and they gotta check their heart for real. It's wicked. You are trying to evoke the spirit of lust. If you are, especially I be seeing videos and there's some ladies who they are married and they got they boobs, the shirt is all cut down the middle and they got a man. So it's like your husband not looking at you like who are you signaling for, sweetie? You're not fooling anybody. But that's they deceived in their own heart because they saying, oh, they doing it for their man. But if you already have your man, why are you still signaling for other men to come on over? The milkshakes is in the yard. That's what you're signaling. So a lot of people want to say, "Oh, don't judge them for their uniform or how they dress or how they're presenting," and that's I feel like that's wild. Like if police officers didn't wear uniforms, would we know that they was police officers? You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff is like sober up, sober up. It's like you can't straddle the fence. It's like when you serve Yah, sacrifices have to be made, and that's the denial of flesh, temperance, self-restraint, self-control. It's putting your emotions in check. It's I can't look like I'm for the world and say I'm an ambassador or representative for my father's house. And as far as my father's house, we serve him. So it's kind of like there's sacrifices to be made. Over there, they sacrifice in the kingdom of darkness, and they're disciplined. That's the crazy part. They disciplined to what they believe in. But when you are a child of Yah, it's like we try a lot of times to find so many loopholes to get over instead of, let me check myself. Let me deny my flesh. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need the likes. All I care about is for the Most High to approve of me. I don't need the likes. Because what are the likes gonna get you anyway? A lot of these females, they got likes, and they got a bunch of weird men looking at them, or weird people trying to stalk them, and all kind of weirdo stuff going on, and just unnecessary attention that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? And then, folks is trying. I just seen a thing where they have these smart glasses, and now these women that put these risque photos up and stuff for themselves, imagine some smart glasses where they could get the drop on your address and all your stuff going on. Like, these ladies don't understand how serious this is. Modesty matters, because when you immodest, it's attracting negative spirits, demons that are attracted to their own kind. They looking like, oh, she down. She down. Oh, I see. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're seeing. It's a beacon. And people could tell. Like, they could tell you're not fooling anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just about even dressing holy on the outside. You have to work on detoxifying your inside also, which is your spirit, your soul, and you do that by asking the Most High to heal you. Heal your soul, heal your inner man. Take the taste of, even looking a certain type of way from you. Ask the Most High to purge you. It's sometimes it's a painful process. I told y'all, it's a painful process sometimes when you're giving up. People looking at you like, why you don't you looking different? Why you don't do this no more? You know what I'm saying? It's a painful process to sober up, but after, you'll be so much better. You'll feel whole. You'll look like you'll have a glow, which is your virtue. You'll have a glow. So stay modest, stay encouraged, ladies. Don't let people trick you into thinking that you have to look cheap or risque to be somebody in this world. You do not have to. Virtue will be rewarded. Trust and believe. I'll see y'all soon in the next video. Shalom.